Women who cheat often exhibit these 3 behaviors before bed. Husbands, be cautious. If a woman has someone else, she will exhibit the following behaviors. Don't be naive and unaware if you are in this situation. In a loving relationship, a woman who cares about you will try to make you happy, help reduce your work stress, and will want to listen to your thoughts. On the contrary, if she has another man, she will become indifferent, uninterested, and won't want to communicate or share with her husband. So if you are in this situation, don't be naive. 1. Pretending to go to sleep early and avoiding communication with her spouse. When a woman is in love, she feels that love is everything. For love, she is willing to leave her hometown, give up her job, and even leave her parents behind. Many women who have married far away from home are proof of this. With her husband, a woman often talks non-stop, hoping her husband will focus all his attention on her. From a certain angle, this can be seen as her way of holding on to her husband, afraid that he will drift away. Typically, couples will talk before bed to strengthen their bond. They might discuss sweet and interesting things, or share stories from their daily lives or family matters. But if your woman no longer loves you, she will pretend to sleep early and avoid talking to you. This could be a sign that her feelings are hurt, or that love has turned into mere companionship, with no need for further words. Conversations become straight to the point, without the excitement or possessiveness. If this happens once, it may be normal, but if it happens repeatedly, it means the relationship is nearing its end. Men should take notice. 2. Becoming indifferent toward her husband. When a woman becomes less interested in family matters and indifferent toward her husband, this often signals that she has begun to grow tired and critical of him. At this point, the emotional connection between husband and wife becomes more distant. Instead of intimacy, there is a cold, detached attitude. When men try to make amends, it becomes very difficult. She may give excuses like being unwell, work stress, or being in a bad mood. In any case, she just doesn't want to be physically or emotionally close to you anymore, because she is already satisfied elsewhere and has become indifferent to you. 3. Keeping her phone close and not allowing you to see it. For women, their phone is something they rarely let out of their sight. This means you won't have a chance to touch it. Even when going to bed, she will place her phone under her pillow or somewhere close to her for safety. If you ask to check her phone, she will immediately refuse. If you insist, she may even get angry, using the excuse that everyone has their right to privacy. However, if she is so overly cautious and defensive, there is definitely something going on. How long can a woman maintain an affair? 3 unfaithful women tell the truth. How long can a woman continue an affair once she's cheating? Ms. Hannah, if my husband hadn't found out, I would have kept it a secret forever. I am 35 years old and have been married for 9 years. I never thought I would betray my husband, but after 3 years of marriage, he was often away for work, and even when he was home, he was indifferent. I felt completely exhausted. At just over 30 years old, I felt like a widow in my own marriage. Then I met my lover. He was always there for me when I needed him most, a spiritual support who helped me forget the dull life with my husband. I wanted the affair to last longer because I still had my husband and my own private love. But after just 1 year, my husband found out, and we had to break up. I believe that if it hadn't been discovered, I would have stayed with my lover forever. Ms. Sarah, if he didn't leave me, I would never have left him. The greatest sadness a woman faces is being married and unloved. Sarah shared that she married only because of family pressure. Before marriage, she was quiet and gentle, but after marriage, she became stronger and fiercer. At 39, Sarah met a man who was also married, but his wife lived far away. He was gentle and caring, making her feel what true love was like. Sarah promised herself she would always be with him. But after 3 years of love, he asked to break up, saying he was afraid her husband would find out, and he had to return to his hometown to be with his wife. I begged, but nothing worked. Later, I realized it was all a false affection, and he wasn't only seeing me, but also a few other girlfriends. As long as there was money, the relationship between me and my lover would last forever. I really didn't have any other choice. These days, with my husband earning only $3 million, he couldn't take care of the family. One time, I met him, and he promised to provide for me, as long as I agreed to be his silent lover. He was very good to me, not only giving me money but also regularly buying me cosmetics and clothes. I am indeed the type of woman who loves money, but no matter how good a lover is, if he doesn't have money, the relationship can't last long. Why do women who cheat tend to stay attached to their lovers for a long time? Cheating and marriage are two completely different feelings. The emotional needs are higher than the responsibility. Running after a lover hastily will break the marriage. Affairs, whether with men or women, often have tragic and unsustainable endings. If they can't live together, they should choose to divorce and free each other, rather than selfishly deceiving their partner. What does it feel like for a woman when she cheats? 3 women who cheated on their husbands confess the truth. What do women feel when they fall in love with a man who is not their husband? Let's hear the honest confessions of these 3 women. Regardless of the reason, cheating is an irresponsible act towards the family and marriage. Ms. Emily, 39 years old. Emily got married late, thanks to an arranged marriage, but after getting married, she found her true love. The affair drastically changed her life. She shared, "I got married at 30 because at that time, I didn't have many other options, so when I was introduced to my husband, I agreed to marry him immediately. Many years have passed, and both of my children are now in elementary school. But I clearly felt that the love for my husband had gradually faded. I accidentally met a man who made my heart skip a beat. I loved him passionately and secretly cheated on my husband. Just 6 months later, her husband found out. He didn't divorce her or beat her, but he informed both sides of the family, which made Emily feel very ashamed. She knew that her infidelity had caused great harm to her family. Now, she feels guilty and no longer dares to repeat that mistake. Although her husband behaved very well in this situation, the pain will always linger in her life. Even though she acknowledges her mistake, the love between husband and wife will never return to how it once was. The emotional distance is too great to erase. Ms. Laura, 42 years old. Unlike Emily, Laura married for love and after a mature, well-thought-out relationship. However, she still wronged her husband. She shared about her marriage. "My husband and I were college classmates. We had been together for 7 years before getting married. All of our friends admired our relationship. Some time ago, my husband had to go on a 2-year business trip. During that time, I felt very lonely. After getting drunk one night, I had an affair with one of my colleagues. I felt guilty, so when my husband returned home, I was extra kind to him. Eventually, he found out about the affair. I knelt down and begged for his forgiveness, but he couldn't bear what I had done and was determined to divorce me. I lost my family. I deeply regret it. Every wrongdoing must be paid for, and the price for infidelity is too high. I lost my family, and I lost a husband who once loved and cherished me. The guilt lingers and never fades." Ms. Sarah, 35 years old. Sarah is also a typical example of paying the price for infidelity. She shared, "My husband and I have been married for more than 10 years, seeing each other every day. My husband is hot-tempered and doesn't know how to say sweet things. He's not a romantic person, so I started to feel exhausted with married life. I thought true love could only be found outside of marriage, so I cheated with another man. But when I was in love, I realized he was dating many other women besides me. I was heartbroken, so I asked to break up. To my surprise, my lover told my husband about the affair. My husband was furious and decided to divorce me. Not only did I fail to find what I thought was true love, but I also lost a husband who once loved me deeply, and I lost my entire family." What makes women prone to infidelity? These days, women cheating is no longer uncommon. Women seek infidelity because they are lacking something that their husbands can't provide. The motivations for infidelity between men and women are often different. Women cheat to seek emotional support and understanding, while men cheat simply because the opportunity presents itself. Most men will cheat if a woman signals her interest. The reasons for infidelity between men and women are entirely different. Women cheat when they are tired of their current marriage. They seek someone who can understand and share with them. Only when they no longer feel any emotions for their husband, and when they and their husband no longer look in the same direction? Do they search for and accept another man? In other words, women cheat to fill the emotional void in their hearts. When they agree to sleep with another man, it means they are ready to sacrifice a marriage that no longer makes them happy. That's why, when women cheat, they are willing to sacrifice everything, whereas men are different. Sometimes men cheat simply because they have the chance. Most men don't want to disrupt their family life, even if they are cheating. When it comes to making a choice, men are willing to give up the affair and return to their family, as family still holds an important place in their lives. At what age are women most likely to cheat? The first group is from 26 to 30 years old. Many women in this age group have been married for about 5 years and usually have children. When the pressures of life continue to increase, and communication between husband and wife decreases, many women feel neglected, and infidelity naturally arises. Additionally, women in this period are often the most stressed in their lives because, besides taking care of their children, they also have to work and manage household tasks. Therefore, they often want to find someone to talk to. During this time, their husbands are often busy with work and no longer care as much as they did before marriage. On the contrary, there are many men outside willing to show care and attention. If this period lasts too long, women are likely to cheat on their husbands. The second group is from 30 to 35 years old. At this stage, the children have grown up, and the husband is busy with his career, so the woman will feel a huge distance. If she doesn't have a stable job, she might unconsciously seek an affair to fill the emptiness in her life. Additionally, a woman's physical needs in her 30s are very strong. If her husband doesn't satisfy those needs, the likelihood of infidelity will naturally increase. However, compared to these issues, communication and sharing between spouses are the most important. If a family can communicate effectively and understand and help each other in daily life, they will naturally maintain emotional harmony, and infidelity won't occur.